Hello, and welcome back to Mondo Musings as we shift the focus to the men's 100 meters form chart ahead of the fast approaching national senior and junior championships. Getting us up and running is three-time national champs 100 meters finalist Kadrien Goldson. Seemingly stuck between 10-2 and 10-4 for most of the season so far, the powerfully built sprint tech athlete finally showed some signs of life in the B final at the Racers Grand Prix on June 7th, dialing up a 10.10 second season's best that has put him back in the frame for a fourth consecutive top 8 finish at these championships. Slotting in at number 9 is Raheem Ford. In his short professional career to date, the Jamaica College alum has tended to save his best running for the championships, as was the case in 2023, when he upset the apple cart to claim silver at nationals before going on to make the World Champs final in Budapest. While nothing spectacular, his 10:21 season's best in his most recent outing indicates that things are heading in the right direction. Eighth is where we find Nigel Ellis, one of Jamaica's most enigmatic sprint talents. The ex-St. Elizabeth technical athlete has been threatening to break out for years, frequently exciting track fans with flashes of elite speed. And he's back at it again this season, defeating the likes of Lavell with an eye-catching 10:11 SB in the premier 100 meters final at Velocity Fest 17 way back on April 19th. Could this finally be the year that he puts it all together? Only time will tell. Now, saying seventh may actually be a bit low for Gary Card speaks volumes about the performances that the 17-year-old phenom has already put out on the track. The rising star out of Wolmer's appeared well on his way to 9-point territory before being slowed by some sort of discomfort approximately midway through the boys' Class 1 100 meters final at Champs on March 26th. Just a few hours earlier, he had scrawled an ominous sub-10 warning on the wall with a majestic 10:06 effort in the semis. If he somehow is able to pick up right where he left off on his return, fitness and sharpness wise, the list of men I'd bet the farm to beat him numbers only 2. Sixth on our list is another ex-Wolmer's ace in Galani Gordon. An Olympic relay rep in Paris last year, the 21-year-old University of Georgia student was slightly disappointing with a semifinal exit at the recent NCAA Outdoor Championships. Less than 2 weeks earlier, though, he ran a near 10:07 PB into a slight headwind that served as a timely reminder of just why he was sixth at Jamaican Nationals a year ago. Flashing into position number 5 is Dynamic Speed Track Club's Sandre Davidson, who went from being unable to finish his heat at the Miramar Invitational in April to an impressive victory over fellow top rankers Goldson, DeAndre Daly, and Nigel Ellis in the B final at Racers in early June. Now, ordinarily, that lone 10:07 performance wouldn't have been enough for a place on the chart. However, given the ascending 22-year-old's track record, which includes a 7th place finish in last year's Nationals final, this looks less like an outlier and more like an ominous warning to his rivals. Fourth in this event at Nationals in 2024. Fourth on our Formchart in 2025. The man in question is, of course, combo sprinting sensation Brian Lavell, whose wind-aided 1979 over 200 meters at the Racers Grand Prix had the whole country fantasizing about the long-awaited arrival of a half-lap savior. For the purposes of this video, though, it's the smooth, striding Shaniki Osborne coached athlete's nippy 10:02 season's best in the Bills during the Philadelphia leg of the Grand Slam Track Series that really warrants our focus. There's obviously a lot more there. Enough, possibly, to keep one of the 3 ahead of him on our form chart off the podium come the night of Friday, June 27th. At number 3 is the athlete widely acknowledged as the third member of Jamaica's nascent men's Big Three, Raheem Blake. At 23, he's blossomed into a consistent 10-0 sprinter who demonstrates the ability to regularly dip into the 9.9s when operating optimally. With his season's best of 9.96 seconds, he's one of only 3 Jamaicans to have breached the 10-second barrier thus far this season. Oblique Seville, who must already own the unenviable title of best Jamaican male sprinter to never win a national 100-meter title, is the man in the runner-up spot on our countdown. with a pair of thirds in 2021 and 2023, as well as twin second place finishes in 2022 and 2024. It might be more than mere suspicion that the two-time World Championships fourth placer tends to struggle just a bit when the lights are at their brightest. But with a certain MVP phenom now hogging most of the attention, the setup may just be perfect for Seville, who holds a season's best 997 to fly slightly under the radar to the very top of the podium. And at number 1 is the undisputed top Jamaican in the event right now, Thompson. The Olympic silver medalist who produced a blistering 9.77-second performance to claim his maiden national title last year appears odds-on to mount a successful defense in 2025. Evidence of this came in the form of a Jamaican list-leading 988 blitz in still air to beat back the challenge of Seville in the A race at the Racers Grand Prix on June 7th. And that concludes today's featured presentation. Who do you feel will be the 8 men lining up to vie for the 3 spots to Tokyo on Friday night inside the National Stadium? You can let me know in the comment section. Until next time, peeps, Godspeed.